tired of the same old stories about the American Revolution.
Enough about George already. We want to hear from someone else like
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross.
Finally, the woman who sewed the first American flag tells us all about the stitch around the world.
And now here she is, the seamstress of the Revolution,
The Empress of Embroidering,
the Sultan of the Saddle Stitch,
the Guru of Needlework,
Betsy Ross.
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how you're sewing. Help us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how you tailor food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the one how you saved George. Tell us how you knitted muskets. I felt it was my duty. And then crocheted a cannon. Oh, that one was a beauty. Oh, and it sparkled. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you're sewing. Help us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. How you stitched the revolution. You know I'm double jointed. You sewed the Constitution. No, that I'm needle pointed. And didn't it turn out fine? Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you tailor food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the one how you say shooby-dooby, shooby-doo, shoo, shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Can you tell us about the American Revolution again, Betsy? Oh my, it's been so many years. Please? Okay. Well, let's see. A good place to start is when England defeated France and Spain in a long war.
My dad told me about that. The colonists helped Great Britain here in America to defeat the France.
Yes, but the French and Indian War was just a small part of a much bigger conflict. Patching the quilt of world politics. England became the ruling power in the world. How King George III gloated.
Tremendous news, Your Majesty. We've won the 7 Years' War.
Well, it's about time. We've been fighting for, how many years now?
7.
That's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Yes, my lord. Our victory is especially beneficial for our prospects in America.
America, how splendid! Did we get any of those fur hats? You can't beat America for fur hats.
Even better, Your Majesty.
Better than fur hats, you don't mean fur sunglasses?
Your Majesty, we've driven the French out of most of America. The entire North is ours, as well as Florida and everything east of the Mississippi. Our empire has never been bigger. We rule the seas. Our colonies are rich and well organized. England is the most powerful country in the world.
In other words,
That's right, Your Majesty. Your demand.
who the man?
Your demand.
Who the man?
Your demand.
Rootin' toot right on the man.
We spanked on Spain. We flogged the French. We whipped the world. Yeah, we're a match. Our colonies are our great joy. Hey, America, our favorite toy. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. Yeah, it's great to be an empire. early days and its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. Now we're in debt. How's the morning? So where to turn? Our colonies, they fought with us to win the war. Hey, now we know what they fought for. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. Yeah, it's great to be an empire. Nobody can refuse. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays.
What do they mean, it pays? Does being an empire come with a salary and a retirement plan and stuff like that? Even better! England was in debt for over 140 million pounds. King George and Parliament figured the colonists could help pay. 140 million pounds! Wow, like you need to diet for months to lose that. Pounds is in English money, dear. The British Parliament started to pass a series of acts that placed duties and taxes on the colonists. By 1767, they weren't happy.
Mr. Otis, what's the latest? John Adams, am I glad to see you. It's another British outrage. They've passed the Townsend Act, which put import duties on just about everything. I thought it couldn't get any worse. We've already had the Hat Act, the Wool Act, the Iron Act, the Currency Act, and the Sugar Act. I know. The British just can't get their acts together. Remember the Stamp Act? A direct tax on everything we printed, from cards to calendars. I loved what he said. What was it? Taxation without representation is exploitation? Tyranny. Tyra what? I said tyranny. Taxation without representation is tyranny. You did? Doesn't really rhyme though, does it? It's not supposed to rhyme. It's an aphorism. Well, the good ones rhyme. Take Ben Franklin's maxims. Those that go borrowing goes sorrowing. Little strokes fell great oaks. Plow deep while sluggards sleep. Okay, I get it. The point is, the British are not treating us as equals, but as subjects. They've prohibited us from settling beyond the Appalachians, and now they've started enforcing navigation laws, so all commerce between here and England are by British vessels. You're right, this has got to stop. They're taxing my coffee, my paper, my wine. They're paying for this with what ought to be mine. They're taxing my glass and everything I see. They call them levies. They feel like a tax
to the last straw, my fellow Bostonians.
You tell them, Sam.
We fight the town snacks. We refused to import English goods and pay the duties. What did they do?
They sent warships into our harbor.
And do we relent?
Never.
What about the Boston Massacre?
Right. British not
And did we give up?
Never.
And they finally had to repeal the town snacks in 1770.
Yes.
But here we are, 3 years later. They passed the Tea Act. Are we going to keep on paying a tax on tea?
Never.
Well, they sent 500,000 pounds of tea into America, driving down the price of tea. Are we going to keep on buying it? Well, are we?
Come on, Mr. Adams. We've got to have a spot of tea. Yeah, I mean, we're only human. And the prices are so low.
Well, today it's tea, tomorrow it's sugar. The next day it's those fuzzy slippers with the bunny ears on them that keep our feet so cozy in winter.
Not our slippers.
Yes, your slippers. How long are we going to keep on letting the British kick us around? It's time for action.
Right.
It's time we stopped calling soccer football.
Right.
It's time we started driving on the right-hand side of the road.
Right.
And it's time we dressed as natives and dumped those 342 chests of tea into the harbor.
Right.
Down, 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 just dump it off the boat. Down, 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 let's see if we can float. Down, 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 it's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Troubles brewing for the crown. Tell them all in London town. London town. All the lovely tea just drown. Send some more. It's going down. Send some more. It's going down. Send some more. It's going down. Down, 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 just dump it off the boat. Down, 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 let's see if it can float. Down, 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 it's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. I can't believe the colonists destroyed all that tea. Yes, in Maryland they burnt an entire ship, the tea and the rest of its cargo.
King George must have been mad.
Oh, the English were really getting their threats in a tangle. They closed Boston Harbor, put restrictions on town meetings, and trials for officials who killed colonists were moved to England.
Betsy Ross, I'm so glad you're home.
John Jay, you look like you're about to bust a stitch.
I've been trying to knit a sweater for my dachshund and something has gone terribly wrong.
Oh my, let me take a look at that. But Betsy, what happened after the British shut Boston Harbor?
Why, we called the First Continental Congress. Were you there, Mr. J? Sure was. 55 men gathered, including the John, Sam Adams, George Washington, and Patrick Henry. I know not what your husband is. That's me, give me liberty to be kept.
Wow, was that Patrick Henry? Don't encourage him, children, or I'll just keep doing it. Did all colonists want independence?
Well, at that point, most of us just wanted our legislation repealed. We called a complete boycott of all British goods, and when our petitions were rejected, we began to collect muskets.
And that's when Boston sent troops from Boston to seize weapons and arrest all colonial leaders.
And thus the famous riot of Paul Revere.
Paul Revere, sweet boy. I think I once started a horse for him. The redcoats are coming, the redcoats are coming. Calm down, Paul. It's nearly midnight. You'll wake the kids.
Oh, wait, the redcoats are coming.
Sit down, children. Your father is a bit nervous. Of course I'm nervous. The British are heading out of Boston
coming to arrest our colonial leaders and take our weapons and supplies.
Are they coming by land or by sea?
I don't remember. I think it's 2 if by land or 1 if by sea. Or maybe it's 1 if by land or 2 if by sea. I think 3 means they're coming by blimp.
Take it easy. You have to go on the people of Lexington and Concord.
Yes, let's go.
Ride on more John Hancock, alert Sam Adams too. The British will arrest them, their fate is up to you. Hurry, Paul dear, hurry, do not stop to chat. Paul, what are you doing? Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Lexington is waiting, they must hear the news. The redcoats are advancing, now there's no time to lose. Tell the Minutemen there, they must take a stance. Oh, what are you doing? Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Then ride out to Concord, warn them all once more. The redcoats want our weapons that we have kept in store. Tell all the militia they must come in force. Paul, what are you doing? Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere.
Hear ye. On this day, July 4th, 1767, the Second Continental Congress is now in session in Independence Hall, Philadelphia. The Honorable John Hancock presiding.
Tom Jefferson, where's John Hancock?
Oh, hello, Ben. I sent him to get some coffee cake.
Coffee cake?
Of course. What's a Continental Congress without a Continental breakfast?
I hardly agree, Tom, but we already have a selection of coffee, juices, and those delicious individually wrapped danishes.
True, but I thought John needed something to do this morning. He's been acting a bit strange since we voted to endorse the Declaration of Independence this morning.
A brilliant document, Tom, and now we must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately.
It's been over a year since the first shots were fired between us and the British. Just a month later, we elected George Washington to head the Continental Army. We've been unofficially at war ever since.
King George has rejected all our efforts at reconciliation.
Tom Paine put it nicely when he wrote, "These are the times that try men's soul."
Yes, that was well put. It doesn't rhyme though, does it?
What?
I think my own maxims stick a bit better with a cute rhyme. Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore. See how it flows? Sure, Ben, but I don't think... Oh, remember this. Here Skug lies snug as a bug in a rug. What exactly does that mean? That's not the point. I've got 4 rhyming words out of 10. That's 40% rhyming rate. You won't find that in any of the British poets. Check out Shakespeare or Pope. They got 10, maybe 15 rhyming rate max. That's great then. Great, it's crucial. The British may have better trained soldiers, they may have more money, experience, and weapons, but America has rhymes. Victory will be ours.
Oh, look out, here comes John Hancock.
Will is it? Will is it?
What are you looking for?
The Declaration of Independence.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
You bet. Will is it?
Here, in Tom's head. He wrote it. Tom, recite the bit about self-evident truths again. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that are endowed by their Creator of certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, but Will is it? Will is the parchment itself. I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to sign it, of course.
John, I told you this morning the final document won't be ready to sign for a month or so.
But I'm ready now. I've been practicing.
I don't have Franklin's eloquence. I don't have Tubman's common sense. But man, my signature's intense. Tom, where do I sign? George Washington and all the staff. They fight there, hard and on behalf. But you should see my autograph. Tom, where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
It's practicing on all the walls, on tables, across some bathroom stalls. Good thing we don't yet have baseballs.
Tom, where do I sign?
He's signing stuff around the club. He signed my head, he signed my sock.
No, you can't stop my John Hancock. Tom, where do I sign?
Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Did the colonists really think they could defeat the British Empire?
Well, we definitely had some disadvantages.
I'll say there was no real unity, and the colonies distrusted each other.
There was no central authority to collect money through tax. The army was hard to organize and nearly impossible to keep together.
And don't forget, no more than 1/3 of the colonists even wanted independence all that much.
And hundreds of thousands remained loyal to England.
True, but the British were 3,000 miles away from home and had a huge area to try to control.
And they had second-rate generals.
While the colonists had George Washington, who turned out to be a fantastic leader.
And don't forget, the French were always ready to help someone who might hurt England. But you're forgetting one of the biggest advantages. I was wondering when you'd remember. What? My flag, of course. I tried to talk them into a red, white, and blue lounge chair with matching ottoman, but they said their budget was limited to a flag.
Oh, your fling was wonderful, Betsy. But I was thinking about how the colonists fought dirty.
I beg your pardon.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant they were literally dirty. They blended in with the scenery.
I'll tell you, it ain't right. They should stand up and fight like we do.
Yeah, instead of sneaking around with those fur coats and deerskin caps all quiet like you can't even see it, it ain't fair.
I mean, look at us, all polished up bright and red. They can see us coming miles away. That's the proper way to fight.
Exactly. We stand up straight and wait our turn to shoot and be shot at. These gentlemen, none of this skulking around.
Well, I'm on to them. You won't find one of them Minutemen sneaking up on me. No siree.
To History Channel's Home Shopping Network. Alice, what do we have for our shoppers tonight?
Bert, tonight we've got memorabilia from the American Revolutionary War.
Great, well, let's get right to it. We've got over 6 years to choose from, with fighting in every single colony and more than a dozen important battles.
Our first item, number J57, is a boot from John Burgoyne, a British general who lost the Battle of Saratoga.
His boot? Wow, I'm guessing we don't have many of those left.
Just 2. He came to the famous battle in 1777 to give the colonists a badly needed boost.
Smell that, Alice?
What?
Go on, take a whiff. Do you know what that smells like, Alice?
A really, really old boot?
No, it smells like victory. And you too can grab victory from phoning us right now by Gemma Burgoyne's shoe. Victory from defeat. Defeat. Get it? So what's that lovely item over there, Alice?
This is B-65, a snowball from Valley Forge, where George Washington and his army were forced to spend a devastating winter.
These things are going fast, folks.
We sold out in just 15 minutes. We sold these at this unbelievable shrine.
Just one per customer, please.
We have just a few minutes before our stock completely melts under the studio lights.
And we've got a satisfied customer on the phone. Hi there, who are you? Where are you calling from? And tell us just how much you love your snowball.
Hello, I am here.
You sure are.
I am Comte de Rochambeau. I am from France.
How wonderful! General Rochambeau arrived from France in 1780 with over 6,000 troops to aid the colonists. French help was decisive in winning the war.
Rochambeau, you say? Did you invent chocolate? Eclairs?
No, I was commander of French troops at Yorktown alongside George Washington and his men. I thought your viewers should know.
Terrific. So, tell us, how do you like your Snowball? Probably serve it with some fancy French sauce. Am I right?
I do not know what you are talking about. I'm a general, not the chef!
Ah, those French cooks, so modest.
Our next incredible item is being brought to us right now by John Paul Jones.
Hi Alice, I helped the American Navy hit sea lights and even defeated a number of British ships off the coast of England.
Great, so what's that you've got there?
This is a button from General Cornwallis's coat that he was wearing when he surrendered to George Washington and our French allies at Yorktown in 1781. It's a lovely brass finish and you can oven sick.
Amazing. Hold it up so your screen here goes.
Benedict Arnold, give that back, you traitor!
I'm not here to go to fight.
I guess that will do for us too, folks. Good night.
And stay tuned. Next on the American History Channel, we have a new documentary on Grover Cleveland. Man, Myth, City, or Sesame Street Puppet?
So what happened after the British surrendered, Mr. J?
I went to help Ben Franklin and John Adams work out the Treaty of Paris in 1783. The British conceded all the land from the Mississippi River to the Atlantic Ocean, from Spanish Florida to the Great Lakes. Well, it was complicated. The Articles of the Confederation, which had been the basis for the central government, intentionally gave little power to the Congress.
Couldn't they do anything?
Not much. We did pass the Northwest Ordinance, which provided the eventual corporation for the new states from the land between the Mississippi and the Ohio rivers.
And they macrame the Liberty Bell.
Now, Betsy, you have to stop exaggerating.
Dr. Stitch in this scene, though, didn't die. Nasty little crack opened up. I think a few pleats would have helped.
Now, Betsy, you know that isn't...
Shush, dear. Now let's listen to the cause. What more could we ask for? We got 13 independent states in a loose confederation. We don't need another king around here.
But Congress has no control over commerce or to enforce its tax collection program.
Exactly, it's perfect. It's all up to the individual states.
I don't know. Are you sure this is a good thing?
What could go wrong? Little countries, how great! 13 little countries, can't wait. There's no more King of England, just throwing around his weight. 13 little countries, yahoo! 13 little countries. Brand new. No Aussie federal government to tell us what to do. 13
hear ye. On this day, July 16, 1787, the Constitutional Convention is now in session in Philadelphia. The Honorable George Washington presiding.
Good afternoon, Mr. Whitaker.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hill.
Oh yes, good afternoon. We have important decisions to make.
Yes, we do, Alexander. Look out, it's Aaron Burr! I was just joking. I love doing that. Alexander, lighten up a little. We're making good progress. You've agreed to have 3 branches of government, legislative, executive, and judiciary, that will balance and check each other.
Yes, a wonderful plan. But there are even more important matters. I need your advice.
What's on your mind, Alexander?
You know I favor a strong central bank, and now I'm faced with a huge decision.
What is it?
What do you think is better, my left profile or my right?
What?
When we start printing money, I'm just dying to get my picture on one of the bills. George Washington always claimed the $1 bill, so I'm shooting for the 10. Personally, I think my left side makes me look taller. What do you think?
This is not exactly what I mean by lightening up. We have some real issues here. Look, the big states and small states still can't agree on how they should be represented in Congress.
We big states have more people. We're not going to share equally through little states. Yeah, well, we're not going to sell for proportional representation in both houses of Congress. We're just as important as you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Big states rule, and lots of folks. Big states rule, and lots of folks. Big states rule, need to serve the best. Little states can struggle for the rest. Little states can struggle for the rest. Georgia really needs to grow. Small states rule. Small states rule, we have several there. Small states rule, we should be preferred. Big states sound a lot like George III. Big states sound a lot like George III. Pennsylvania's grown so fat. Indiana is so bad. Massachusetts ain't so nice. New York, New York. I did it twice. New York. I did it twice. New York. I did it twice. Big states rule. We have lots of folks. Small states rule. We deserve our share. Small states rule. We should be preferred. The Constitution has to pass the test. The Constitution has to pass the test. Small states, big states, small states.
So that's why we now have one legislative body, the House, that has proportional representation. Bigger states have more congressmen.
And the other house, the Senate, gives the same amount of representatives to each state no matter how many people live there.
That's right. Like so much else in our Constitution, it was a compromise.
Like deciding to count a slave as 3/5 of a person?
We weren't perfect, Betsy. I know it, but we did stop the slave trade 20 years later.
Yes, dear. All together is a beautifully stitched document. Did Did everyone like the Constitution?
Oh no, some people thought it gave the central government too much power. Others thought it gave the states too much authority. I wrote some of the Federalist Papers to help convince people to vote for it.
Did it work?
Well, it took a while. We had to promise a Bill of Rights would be added. The Constitution was officially adopted June 21st, 1788.
Wow, that first election must have been something.
It was. The members of the House of Representatives were elected by the citizens in each state. The senators were elected by the legislators in each state. And George Washington was unanimously elected president by the Electoral College.
How does that work? No one knows, dear. It's a complete mystery.
Please, Betsy, it's just a bit complicated.
Well, why don't we let these fellows here explain, since they're on their way to participate in the first electoral college.
How does this work?
Dunno.
Well, look into the Constitution. Read the first sentence.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
I said just the first sentence.
That was just the first sentence.
Well, find the part about the Electoral College.
Here it is in Article 2. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for 2 persons, of whom at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves.
Not to be inhabitant with the same state with themselves? How does that work?
Dunno. Here, but maybe this will help. But in choosing the president, the vote shall be taken by the states, the representation for each state having 1 vote. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states, and the majority of the states shall come to a choice.
What does that mean?
Dunno, but what the heck? We get to vote!
From the start, I'm not all that smart, and I don't have political knowledge. I guess there's no need, 'cause though I can't read, I'm off to
on April 30th, 1789, George Washington was sworn in as president in the temporary capital of New York.
Wow, what a great story.
As my friend Ben Franklin said at the time, our Constitution isn't an actual operation that it will last. But in this world, nothing is certain but death and taxes.
The Franklin stuff, doesn't look a bit like him. Here you go, John. That should work.
It's perfect. Thank you, Betsy. I have to go show it to Lafayette.
The French general who helped the colonists?
No, my dachshund.
Betsy, could you tell us the story again? We just finished, my dears. Please. Well, John's a good man, but he did leave out some of the more important parts, like how I wove a ship for the Navy out of nothing but pine needles, or how I sewed together all the plans to the British Army so they couldn't run at Bunker Hill, and the time